All right, welcome back to the FIFA 12 Crewe Alexandra rebuild. It's another season, our third in the Prem if I'm not mistaken, and our first time actually placing in a decent spot in the Prem. So let's have a look at our transfer budget first things first, because as I said last season, I do want to make a big signing, probably a big right winger. So with that in mind, the 14 million transfer budget is quite nice, plus £70,000 for the wages. So I guess we just look at the right wingers. I'm not really looking for anything else this season. Let me look at the squad really quickly. They look fine for the most part. Sure, our defense is a little weaker than you'd like, and maybe you'd like a big 80 overall center back or something like that. But I really think the only thing we're missing is a solid front three on offense. I think Anthony is okay, but he's just nowhere near the level of Lucas Aguirre and Daniel Ferreira. So that's why I'm making a big purchase for the right winger. We're going to have a look. If we find someone amazing, it'll be, well, amazing. So I'm doing up to age 30, and the one topping the list here is Alexis Sanchez, followed by David Hoylett, Simone Verdi. That's not a bad one, to be honest. Giovanni Dos Santos, who, yeah, that is kind of a throwback. Eduardo Salvio, Lee Chung-yong. He looks okay, but he's 30. I know I said it to 30, so I don't know why I'm complaining about 30, but Ahmed Musa looks okay, especially for that age. Luciano, Marco Reus. That's tempting, you know. Marco Reus, decent stats as well, decent stamina. Speedster? No, that's dribbler. And acrobat. Why does everyone get acrobat? I don't know, but again, 30 years old. That's crazy to think about. But even in the FIFA 16 career mode, I was already considering, like, Marco Reus has to go soon. He's getting a little old. To be fair, he was like, what, 33, 34 by the end of that? So, still, this game doesn't know who Marco Reus is, so he doesn't get, like, the superstar status that he had in FIFA 16. Okay, now here's one that I actually did look at before, and he was on a different team beforehand. It was Birmingham City. Nathan Redmond, 25 years old, 80 overall, 99 stamina, 99 acceleration, and 99 sprint speed. He looks amazing, but let me lower the age to like 26, 27. 26 is probably better. And then you can see Verdi, Manuel Iturbe, Musa. These guys are topping the charts, but it looks like really the only one I can afford is Redmond. Zakaria, he doesn't look bad. Oxlade-Chamberlain. Got some decent players here, I can't lie. But I am going to go for Redmond. So yeah, I should have a bit of money left over. Maybe I can find another decent player for either depth, or I can get like a big bargain for like some sort of star. I don't know. Like center back defenders are just cheaper in general in this game. So maybe I look for a defender that I can afford. So let's go ahead and send the offer 9.5 mil. That's all I'm sending. Let's see how that goes. Usually you send their estimated worth, and then they'll get back to you with like their actual price. Oh, he recently moved. I guess that makes sense. I think he just moved last season. Oh, so I cannot buy Redmond. That's a bit of a shame because I think he was the perfect player. And he's someone I'd honestly be willing to wait for. But it's kind of late to wait for any player. I could go for Caprari or one of these guys. Okay, well, I guess we look left wing because I have no other options at this point. There's Gareth Bale, who is now 29. That's kind of tempting, to be honest with you. But James Rodriguez. There is a lot more left wingers than right wingers. No clue why, but I guess that's just how it is. I mean, I could go out and buy Messi, to be fair. But Antoine Griezmann wouldn't be a bad option. 11 million. Hey, you know what? Not a terrible idea, Munian. Let me change the parameters here. Minimum of 23 to see if it brings up anyone else here. Looks like most left wingers are quite old at this point. Besides this guy, Marco Lavaja, who would not be a bad purchase, to be fair. And if we look at his stats, oh, yeah, he's not playing a single game, is he? Oh, this guy, Breck Shea. 29, a little older, but he plays for the MLS, FC Dallas. So he wouldn't fetch too much of a price. Andy Halliday, 27. Also looks pretty solid, very solid actually. 79 overall at 27, and he's worth 6.5, which is less than Breck Shea. I'll send an offer for Halliday. I'll send it for 7.5, just to be nice, I guess. Breck Shea, on the other hand, yeah, they won't sell because of the whole depth issue, which is kind of a shame. His stats are really nice. Slow acceleration, but that stamina strength combo is pretty interesting. So they request 9 mil, which honestly, I'm willing to pay 9 mil. It's not that bad. He's 27, which is not that young. I mean, not that old, to be honest. And not to mention, he looks all right. However, I just realized I don't think he can play right wing. I might have just screwed myself there, because this game will not play a left winger at right wing. I'll have to like make sure at the end. As you can see here, Anthony plays all these positions, but not left wing. Same thing with Daniel Ferreira. You have to look for a hybrid player, which is kind of annoying, and I'm pretty sure Halliday is not one of those. So looking at him, again, stats are nice, but he can play right mid. So if I switch, I don't know how I feel about switching, because I don't really have two strikers, do I? I mean, I could buy one, to be fair. But if I switch to some sort of 4-4-2, where I play left midfielders instead of left wingers, it would work. I mean, it's not a bad offer either. 27, and he looks good. Man, I think it's worth it. I'll try it in the sim. If it's not like really working with like him not playing the right position, I'll jump in. I'll switch the formation to like 4-4-2, but then I'd have to get a new striker. Actually, no, wait, I don't even have to do any of that. I can play a 4-2-3-1. Totally forgot about that formation. I'll switch to like a 4-2-3-1, and that should work, although that more so requires CDMs than CMs. And I think most of my CMs can play CDM, and if I just raise, I don't think you can do that in this game, actually. I was going to say, if I just raise them manually, I can make them center mids. But 4-2-3-1 should work, or something like a 4-1-4-1. One of our CDMs, like someone drops low. I don't know. I'm just going to go for it and just hope that it works. We have got Halliday. So here he comes. He's in the club now. I'm a little worried that this will not work. But like I said earlier, if I switched to something akin to a 4-2-3-1, like this would technically work. Or even a 4-3-2-1, which is not really the same. You play center forwards there. Or a 4-4-1-1, that would also work. Actually, that would work the best. A 4-4-1-1. I don't know why I said 4-1-4-1. I don't think that's an actual formation in this game. Oh, it is. It totally is. And it's exactly what I was thinking. I don't know why you would play this, by the way. It's such a weird formation. Such an overload in that midfield there. And you got like no real creative options. And then the 4-4-1-1, 2, I think plays center mids instead of CDMs? Or actually, I think it's a cam instead of a center forward. Either way, it should work out. If he doesn't play the right position, I could just switch to a different formation, which should still work. Probably will reduce our amount of goals from our wingers, but also increase the amount of service that Lucas Aguirre gets, hopefully, in theory. But now with that transfer done, we have some leftover money, about 5 million in total, to make some transfers. I say, let's go look for a defender, and maybe even just sell Siaka here. Phil Jones is rated highly. That is pretty funny. But these are all a bit expensive. Steven Kalker. Yeah, I remember him from our Spurs one. Christian Alvarez, 80 overall. Bruma. Alvarez looks all right, you know. 80 overall. Pretty solid stats as well. This Baragi guy, though. Oh my god, I want the Baragi guy so bad, dude. Oh, you know, I'm going for it. I don't even care. Baragi is going to be our star player. We're going to have a star left back, of all things. I do not care, dude. He is going to be amazing. So let's have a look through here. I think we put Siaka up for sale. And then Kurzawa was pretty decent last season, though. I got to get rid of the other left backs, though, for sure. Absolutely for sure. So Brown has to go, and Murphy has to go. If I'm going to sign the amazing left back with all 99 physical stats, I have to get rid of the other two. Okay, they still have the depth issue, so you know what? I'm still getting rid of one of the left backs, but I'll just be given a choice. Oh, we beat Osasuna 4-1. Amazingly done there. I mean, other than that, like, amazing left back, there's not much to do on defense. I feel very confident in most of our defense. Rafael Varane looks just kind of mid for the most part. Diego Polenta looks all right. Mustafi, 6 mil. Fairly affordable. 27. Also looks solid. But this Alvarez guy looks really good. And this Magli guy also fits the system of the whole, like, let them get tired so the others can get game time. I mean, aside from, you know, center backs, defense in general, there's not much to fill in this team at this point. We look at center midfielders. There's plenty of great center midfielders who are all very, very expensive. Got David Alaba, Jordan Much, Gokhan Torre, Fernando would work technically. Carlo Ilari. Ooh, he looks all right. You know, he looks like the perfect Siaka replacement. Not the greatest stamina. So hopefully Daniel Lugano or Saric or whoever wants to play over him plays more games. And not to mention, he's not all that expensive, and he's only 27. David Proper, a little bit too high on the stamina. Don't want you to start every game. Just want you to start, like, enough games. So this one could definitely be an option if we sell Siaka. All right, well, Siaka's gone. Real Sociedad has paid £3.7 million for him. That means I'm going to go get that guy. I already forgot his name, but he's what, like 3 mil? No, he's like 5 mil. It doesn't matter how much he's worth. He is pretty cheap for his overall... Bakuna, right? Was it Bakuna? No, it wasn't Bakuna. Wait. Where is this guy? He's gone. It wasn't Proper. Proper's too good. No way. Oh, it was Alari. Why did he move? That's so weird. I was so scared that he had suddenly disappeared. But we should be able to afford him fairly easily. Not the best business because he's worth more than Siaka, but it is what it is. 7 mil for Alari is 1.5 over his value, but affordable. I'm gonna try 6.5. I'm gonna try to be a little cheeky here. Okay, well, it didn't work. I'll just oblige. It doesn't really matter. I have £1 million left over after this transfer anyways, so it's not like a huge loss or something. So the first game of the season has been played. Let's have a look at who has started and who has not. Halliday did start, and we can see... Oh, I can't tell who, like, actually started, though. Because, obviously, they all have an appearance. So who came off the bench? And who started? I mean, it looks like Halliday had a pretty decent game. Usually when you see that high of a rating, it's because they were playing the whole game. Yeah, Halliday had a very good game. I don't even think we won, though. I'm not gonna lie. Did we lose? Did we tie? We lost. We lost to Watford? Oh, brother. This could be a bad season. Anyways, we also have EuroLeague qualifications. So that is interesting. I've delisted Murphy because, honestly, the offers for him get kind of annoying. And I'm just waiting for this other transfer offer to go through. There we go. We've got Ilari. He can immediately play in the team. He wants 40k. That's fine. 40k for 4 years. I will take that. Got all these transfer offers. Bafo, please stop offering for him. I wish there was like block transfers in these older games. There's not. So Ilari is officially into the club. We are back with a bunch of depth and maybe a bit more efficient this time because our youngsters will also play. We do beat SV Reed in the first round though, so that is promising. But that is where I will stop doing anything really. I might jump in, maybe, possibly. It's not a high chance, but I might do it. Might jump in. Let's have a look at the final squad, or what the final squad should look like on most games. So the squad should look like this. We've got 3 different 80 overall players. Lucas Aguirre 84, Adrian 81, Ter Stegen 85, and then we've got some high 70s, Alari 79, De Silvestro 77, you know, and then we've got Halliday and Daniel Ferreira looking very good as well. So really just hoping that this team clicks, and ultimately I think next season is definitely when we just spend big bucks on a big defender, but I think our keeper will hold it down for now. So yeah, I'll see you at the end of the season. I may change the formation. If I do, I'll jump in for that, show you. It'll probably just be a 4-4-1-1 because that should work for left mid, right mid. And yeah, so I'll see you at the end of the season. Hopefully everything's gone well. All right, so end of the season, everything's gone well, basically. The whole left wing, right wing situation didn't really give any issues, luckily enough. But we have got a European final, and it's against Arsenal. We're only 8th in the league, so this is a big final for us. They don't really care if they win this or not. Sure, they get a trophy, but they've already secured Champions League football. So this is a must-win for us. We have bested them before in the league. Most recently, I believe it was a 2-1 victory in like March or something. I remember seeing that, being very happy about it. But let's have a look at the squad report because there's only 2 games left in the season. We can see Ter Stegen has had 20 clean sheets and an assist. I don't know how he's done that. That's happened to me in FC 25 as well with the academy players. Or was that the academy players? I don't remember. It doesn't really matter much, but he got one somehow in the EuroLeague. Serge Aurier has gotten himself 3 assists, 62 appearances. Bafo, you know, just the defenders. They don't really grow much, which is a big shame. Looks like Wembangomo is banned, but only domestically, so he'll play that EuroLeague final. Grasso is currently starting because Kurzawa was injured for a bit. Silvestro is up to a 79 overall with 3 goals, 5 assists on the season, 59 appearances. Lugano has grown a massive 4 overall this season, 6 goals, 6 assists, and 20 appearances. Adrian has also grown 3 overall, 22 goals from him, and 10 assists. Very, very well done. Halliday, 47 appearances, has not grown, but 7 goals, 5 assists. Pretty solid. Lucas Aguirre, up to an 86 overall now. 25 goals and 7 assists. Very, very good. Daniel Ferreira, up to an 80 overall. Beautiful. 8 goals, 6 assists. Nice. Ohi Anthony has made 47 appearances, scoring 10 goals, which is still pretty solid, especially for only coming off the bench, really. And we've got some other players like Arturo, Jefferson Oliveira, Connor Murphy's done well. 10 goals. I believe Lucas Aguirre was injured for a small period of time, so pretty solid. Pablo Ramos, 9 appearances, 5 goals. Pretty solid again. Ilari has done well. 48 appearances. He is injured. I'm not sure if he'll play that final, but I mean, we have a decent midfield regardless. 4 goals, 9 assists for him. Kadeem Harris, 12 appearances, 2 assists. It's well done from him. And last player, Saric, 26 appearances. Not as much as I'd expect, to be honest, but I think it's because Daniel Lugano has actually surpassed him in overall this season. 4 assists for him this season, so not all that bad. And if we look really quickly, Daniel Lugano is 75 overall, which is the same as Saric, but Daniel Lugano has just been playing super duper well. So advancing to this European final against Arsenal should be pretty easy. I mean, Arsenal have a 0 European pedigree, so they're not really built for these type of finals. European finals are not their forte. Should be a simple match. I honestly expect us to win like 2-1, 3-1, solid win. Should be very easy for us. But the starting lineup looks a little like this. We can include Ilari though, so I'll include him over Daniel Lugano, simply because we'll have the 279 overalls. Our defense is a little questionable, but it works for now, and we've got Ter Stegen. The only thing that worries me is Arsenal have Szczesny in goal, and he's like one of the best keepers in the game. So sim-wise, they might have the edge on us, but realism-wise, Arsenal in a European final is basically destined for a loss. So I'm going to go ahead and sim this game. It should be fine and dandy. They do have Petr Cech on the bench as well. It's kind of a scary squad, but if we can deal with them, we should be fine. Our attack is really good, 79 plus in every department. Adrian is playing amazingly. Our midfield is pretty good. The only thing that worries me is our defense, and the man behind them is Ter Stegen. So let's hope for the best here. And with the sim starting up, I'm just going to instantly quick sim. So let's see what happens. And there we have it. Adrian in the 96th minute has done it for Crewe Alexandra. We are European champions. Halliday has been injured, though. That's a bit worrying. But I'm pretty sure injuries get reset every season. I don't know. I didn't really test my theory with that. It seemed like it did, but I'm not entirely sure. James Milner on the other side. Weird one to see there on Arsenal, but James Milner also gets injured. But Adrian has done it in extra time, 96th minute. It was a dead game for the first 90, so I'm really glad that we have won that. I mean, it was Arsenal in a European final, so not much to brag about. They should have done better, to be honest, but hey, we did have an injury, so maybe that's why. Anyways, with that, that's basically... Oh, it's dead lag. Okay, yeah, dead calf, whatever the hell. That's fine. Youth development, Adam Medine, okay. Whatever, 2.5 mil for that win as well. That's nice. In other news, I looked for some youth players. Found some okay players. Not amazing, but they're there. But yeah, that's the end of the season because, well, the league was just kind of done. We were kind of cooked in the league. But we've qualified for the Champions League next season. Got some contracts to sort out there. That's not too bad. So let's sort out Pablo Ramos. 3K a week. I'll give you 3.5 for 5 years. Will he accept that? Probably not, so I'll give him 4. Murphy, he wants 3K a week. Yeah, you know what? He deserves that. He's a decent backup. But I was thinking at the beginning of this season when I was basically out of money, so I couldn't do it. I was thinking about getting another backup that is in like the high 70s or mid 70s. Because Lucas Aguirre does get tired quite quickly. So it does worry me a little bit when he's like super duper tired. So I think it's worth it looking into another striker that is like not that much worse than Lucas Aguirre. Because unfortunately Murphy is like 68, and then Pablo Ramos is also 68, and it's just like not really the level you want it at. Also, we won the last game of the season for us, so that's nice. Lucas Aguirre has slotted 16 goals in the league. Pretty solid, up there with Rooney. So I'm pretty happy about that one. But yeah, that's the end of the season. I mean, a bit of a boring one. Sure, we're in the Champions League next season, but I mean, to be fair, I expected a lot better in the league, but maybe we focused all of our stuff on Europe. It would make sense because we did win the whole thing after all. So that was nice. But next season, I'd like to do a lot better in the league. Next season, I don't care how we do in the Champions League. I want us to secure like consistent Champions League football. But I mean, if we somehow win everything, I'm not complaining. But I'll be honest, I don't think this defense can win everything. We need a better defense. So quickly, while I'm looking at the end of the season here, let's look at the free agents. Maybe I can find some good players here. Or not. Maybe next season. Who knows? But yeah, we need the backup striker. We've got 14 million pounds right now. That should carry over to next season. And once it does carry over, we'll have like a crazy amount, like 22.5, I'd say. Maybe 22.5, maybe 25 million. We could spend like a solid 15 to 20 million on defenders, and then we can spend the last 5 mil on a solid backup striker. Sounds like a plan to me, and I'm very excited for next season with the funds we have. So yeah, with that being said, that is the end of this video. Thank you for watching as always. If you did enjoy, check out some of the other career modes I've done. I've done FIFA 13, done FIFA 16, FC 25. I also do like those little offhand ones that I did last Thursday. That was a good video. Check that one out. I'll link it there. Speaking of that video, I have another idea for another career mode I'd like to do on FC25. But if you have anything like you have in mind, like something you'd want to see personally or anything like that, leave it in the comments because I'll happily do it. I mean, most ideas with career modes are just fun in general to go through, so don't be shy. Anyways, I'll stop the yap and I'll see you later.